Now, in the quest for Connery, this is review number 41. We've had to look at some bad films.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Very bad.
You may remember the Avengers, which got a 0.
Yeah. You may remember Cuba,
which also got
like
1.5.
You may remember Meteor,
which also got. And actually, we got our first bit of YouTube abuse.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting. It means
From
that,
someone who apparently thinks Meteor's a good film.
yeah.
And apparently thinks that we know nothing about films.
I was about to say, I'm not going to get into the vicious cycle of insulting them. Because we're better than that.
I'd just like to point out.
Right, okay, we're rising above it. We're rising above it.
We're rising above it.
Okay.
But there's no need to call us silly kids.
Yeah. For a start, what's this? Beard, kid. 21.
We've seen a lot of films.
How old are you?
22.
Exactly.
And we've seen a lot
Combined
of films.
age of 43.
We've seen a lot of films
We have seen a lot
before
of
the year of 2000.
Do you want to see my DVDs?
Therefore...
We're just saying, we're not rising to it.
No, we're not rising.
We're just saying that if you look at our Meteor video, which we reviewed a while back, someone commented that we don't know anything and we're stuck in the green screen technology of 2011, which is unfair because we watched quite a lot of old films. We watched quite a lot of Connery's films, which are quite old. We have no problem with bad special effects.
No.
We just comment on that.
I'm a great admirer of one of the greatest British sitcoms, Red Dwarf, which didn't use green screen until about season 7, and I felt there was a lot better without green screen.
There's a film I like to reference called A Night to Remember, which was done in 1957, which showed the sinking of the Titanic, all done with models, and it looked just as good as the 1997 Titanic.
Original Star Wars?
Exactly, the original Star Wars.
But we could go on.
So that's wasted how long of that?
2 minutes.
2 minutes to say that. Yeah. Anyway, check out Meteor, see what you think.
A lot of
bad films. That's where we were. However,
is one of them.
This is another such bad film, which answers the question of what happens if you put the female star of Goodfellas, the director of Predator and Die Hard,
and Hunt for Red
October, and an ex-James Bond in a film together. You get Medicine Man.
And what you don't get is a good film.
Yes. I'm just going to read out the
tagline.
He turned his back on civilization, only to discover he had the power to save it.
Wow. Now, with a tagline like that, how can you not?
You're setting us up for a fail, I'd say.
You're setting yourself up for a fall.
Basically, Connery is this wonderful cranky
biochemist
in the Amazon who discovered the cure for cancer. Now, for some reason I've forgotten, he doesn't want to share it with people.
Because he gets it from a rainforest, doesn't he? So he thinks that obviously the rainforest will be raped of its resources.
Yeah, and Lorraine Bracco, he's been in Goodfellas, obviously, and I think she got Oscar nom for that, for rolling up Goodfellas.
Yeah, I was going to say, what, for Medicine Man? Bloody hell.
She turns up and she's this New York guy who's been sent out to evaluate him or something like that. And obviously they don't get on, there's some banter. And then also there's some awkward sexual tension later on as well, isn't there?
Very awkward.
So Connery's living amongst the natives, being all Connery, because he's got a ponytail, which means he understands the people, apparently. And this film was so awful. It really, really was.
Really was.
The plot meandered along ridiculously. Then he lost it.
That's the thing.
He's got the cure for cancer.
That's why he's cut communication as well, because he's lost the cure for cancer.
And now he can't work out how he's not got it. So they're like,
apparently it's the same as losing your keys.
Yeah. He didn't write anything down.
No.
And then at the same time, they're like bulldozing the rainforest as well, and they're getting close to where he's living. So you've got all this rubbish about saving the rainforest. We should save the rainforest, obviously.
Quite up itself, the film.
Really. Yeah, it was just, and there was the chemistry between them wasn't really there. Lorraine Bracco, who's a really good actress, and lost all her skills.
Yeah.
Connery was again not. He was just this grumpy old. I mean, look at him standing there with his hands on his hips. It looks like he's wearing a karate suit there, the black belt. It's ridiculous. It's just, and it's just like this guy who directs action films. Yeah, well done. It was so. I just remember I've got a lot of them just rolling about in trees on ropes.
Like Tarzan.
Yeah.
And she was just screaming. She was supposed to be like this strong woman, and then at one point she just kind of lost this facade.
Yeah.
And just suddenly gave up.
So yeah, she's gone about the whole feminist movement. I mean, come on, woman.
Yeah.
Have some self-respect. That sounds kind of sexist. I mean, probably take that back. If we edited these things, we'd remove that. But we like to be honest.
Basically,
we gave it a 1.
We gave it a 1 out of 10
because at least we can understand it, I guess.
I don't know if you can get it on DVD. The only reason we've still got it on video is because you got it.
Another one my dad bought me
years ago.
called D-Lo.
Yeah.
It was kind of fuzzy though at points.
Yeah.
That still can obscure the
Maybe it
awfulness
was
of the
supposed to be
film.
like that.
It was just awful. It's these two main characters, and there are a lot of native Indian actors, and they were actually better than Connery. Who they probably never acted for. They were just like normal people who live in the Amazon. It was just, it was self praising. It was all stuff. No chemistry, and at the end they don't even get together. I mean, we'll talk about love crosses all boundaries of age or whatever. But at the end, they just sort of go off together. It's not really answered the question of their relationship.
Oh, and she becomes an Indian, doesn't she? Like a tribeswoman. She like gets
about that. I forgot
stuff
about
on
that.
her face. She's like she's accepted them. But should we give her the? Yeah, we might as well. The cure for cancer's in the ants, is it?
Yeah, because he's found it in trees, and he's found it, and they're going for the sample, and they realise it's the ants that have got the cure for cancer. Then
some of them went into the mixture, didn't
Connery takes on the bulldozer. Forgot about that bit.
Oh,
that is
forest
awesome.
Just burns down.
Yeah, because Connery starts a fire and destroys the whole forest. I forgot about that.
He takes on his bulldozer, which inadvertently actually causes more damage than it probably would have, because it burns the whole forest down.
And then they walk off with their backpacks to find the ants again.
With all the tribes people.
It's just, I just think you can't just use cancer as a plot device. It's like, has anyone seen Terms of Endearment? You know, I mean, which everyone loves. You haven't seen it, but I feel kind of bad saying that I hated it. But that was sort of just like, oh, you know, mother-daughter relationship's going bad. You know, she's got cancer. She's dying. It just seems a bit. Can't use that.
No.
Try harder. So yeah, don't watch this. It wasn't even like funny good. It was boring. Yeah, which I feel bad.
It was funny. The funniest bit was when it's like, I found the cure for cancer and I lost it.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, you lost it? How did you lose it?
Yeah, and she
you
was
ever
like,
lost your keys?
Yes, exactly. And then there was one bit when she was, I said this one about ice cream, and she was like, "You look like you never had a double dip or something like that." It's just like, what's that even mean?
I've never had a double dip before.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
So yeah, don't watch it.
And he's
Please
got a
don't.
ponytail. I think
But thing is that I like just one more thing for you. It's 7 minutes now.
yeah.
But one more thing. A lot of these things we're saying these are boring, which means that I feel like we're like these young guys with like no attention span.
Yeah.
Which is really not true.
No.
Because we don't mind watching long films.
Some of the best films is when it's just two strong main characters.
Yeah.
And the dialogue between them just.
For example, Lion in Winter.
Fizzes,
Lion in Winter, that film.
Sparks.
That's just like people just
a
talking.
film like Festin, which I watched recently, which is perfect because of the dialogue and the interaction between the characters. This, on the other hand, is
no chemistry.
Pretentious, self-indulgent crap that he's trying to say something maybe, but just fails on all levels. It's just poorly written. It's just poorly everything. Yeah, there's no need for it. It just felt pointless as well.
But yeah, so don't watch it. But if you do want to watch something, watch our Meteor review, and then maybe see what you think about our opinions. Like, we're not rising to it.
So 1 out of 10.